Namaste, beautiful souls, and welcome to this episode of Truth and Tarot Time with guests, guidance, and tarot wisdom. And I am super excited today because I have got the lovely Lotta with me. Welcome, Lotta.
Thank you.
Um,
Lovely to be here.
Thank you. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for saying yes. Um, Now, Lotta did my online Learn to Read Tarot course. So she's also a tarot reader. So we'll both be doing the tarot reading today. And also, we're so excited. Look, we can see our grins. Lotta has just published, is it your first book? It is your first
Yeah.
book. Yeah. She's
Yeah.
just published her first book, which I know we're going to talk about. So let's do the reading first then and see where it goes so we know what kind of things we're going to be talking about with the book. And we're going to be hearing about more about what Lotta does uh, for fun and in service. And I said that and they fell out. So right, let's have a look then. Three cards have fallen out. I love it. Okay, let's go. They are really appropriate as well. You've got two like new authors going on here, really enjoying the writing process, and I'm really looking forward to talking about that with you as well and hearing about your process because we've got the Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles to me, of course, is achievements, it is creations, it's you see, it's little creations, but I want to say super relevant creations, and almost I want to say stepping stone creations. Um, for example, your book, there's also collaboration, which is interesting because obviously, yes, you do collaborate with editors and people like that. But we did literally just say, or you did, didn't you, before we pressed record, that we think the books came from the same place.
Yeah.
So I think there's some collaboration with the higher realms going on here as well. And we were saying that the process has been so beneficial for us. It's kind of doesn't really matter how many get sold or not get sold. But having said that, this card is about being rewarded for your achievements. That might not be financial rewards, but it could be just the joy that we're feeling. But yes, there is being acknowledged and rewarded for your achievements. So I'm loving that card. And of course, if you haven't written the book, there are other small creations going on, and it's just a case of taking that stepping stone and enjoying the creative process and collaborating exactly like we're doing right now.
Yeah.
Um, and the next card is the High
Wow.
Priestess. So, yes, the archetype of the High Priestess is a bit like been there, seen it, done it, bringing it back down to earth. Absolutely loving it. She's at the veil of the in between heaven and earth. She sits at that veil point where she can see the duality, the black and white, the pillars and what have you. But she's also very connected to the higher realms, very intuitive, very psychic, very well read. And she's not denying fear, but she has got it tethered at her feet. And she is living in abundance. So that is a beautiful archetype there, isn't it? To have the energy of. So I think there's something about this stepping stone, whatever it might be, it could be music, art, whatever it is for whoever's watching, is really important because it's the process that's going to get you to this level of consciousness. And what comes next is the Ace of Swords. So you can tell that Lotta knows tarot because of the way she just responded to that. Would you like to say something about the Ace of Swords, Lotta?
No, it's just for me, it's like divine thoughts, or maybe not thoughts, but inspiration is the word I'm looking for. Um,
Definitely,
yeah.
definitely. Let's not forget you are speaking in a foreign language for yourself today, so I'm honoring that in you, knowing that my Spanish escapes me when I need it most.
Yeah.
So I do appreciate that. Yes, because when it comes in from this cloud, it means it's from the divine.
Yeah.
And ace, of course, is new. And of course, swords are mental processes. So they can also relate to ideas, thoughts, beliefs. And I think there's something about, when you get to this level of consciousness of the high priestess, your beliefs do change. It's about communication. Communication changes, your thoughts change. And we know that, don't we, from the map of consciousness, that, the higher up you go, your thinking changes and your beliefs all change with it. And we can also, yes, we can rise above any mental conflict more easily because you can see the bigger picture. So this is new inspiration coming in. Is there anything you want to add about the Three of Pentacles?
Actually, I want to start with all three of them
Yes, please do.
because I
Can I
can see
hold
the
them while you
yes,
while you talk about them?
I can see the reverse order. First came three, then two, and then one.
Okay.
I don't know why
Ah,
that caught my
yes.
mind, but we have
Yes.
three of Pentacles. Then the High Priestess is number two in the and the Ace of Swords. I don't know why, but it's like I hear three, two, one, let's go. So
Yes.
that's what I hear.
Because I think this is a let's go. This is a
Yeah.
it's a new, and you know what I'm getting? More books.
Yes,
More books.
actually,
This is
yeah,
about, right,
yeah,
you've done it, whatever this creation is, you've painted that picture, written that piece of music, written that book, whatever it might be, started that business, doesn't matter what that is, that creation. I said it's a stepping stone. It's a stepping stone to this power and intuitive creation, I want to say. And it's like, let's go next
yeah,
step, bigger step.
yeah.
Three, two, one, let's go. I love that. I absolutely love that. That makes perfect sense. So yeah, it is about that creative process, and it isn't about the end result. You said something about that earlier, wasn't it?
Yeah, because it's like for me, my book is already huge, huge success. Even though I might not have sold as many books yet because it's recently published, but it somehow doesn't matter because I've done it. That's amazing. You know, the first time I knew I would write a book was when I was about 16, 17 years old. And I'm 52 now, so many years has passed since then. And I've tried many times. I've had so many ideas. I've started on so many books. I've done writers courses and yeah, a lot of stuff like that. And now it's here. It's here.
It's here or you're here, right?
Yes,
You're
I'm
here.
here.
It's a
I'm
level
here.
of it's a level of frequency, isn't it? It's a
Yeah.
frequency level, and Lotta has now got to that frequency level. Absolutely love it. So hold your book up again because I
Yes.
just want to say what I right. So well, I know it's amazing. I can feel the energy of it. It is only available at the moment in Swedish, but there will be links in the description to your book. And you did say that it's going to be translated into English and Spanish, which sounds like a very good idea to me. But I just want to say this bit so it's called like, Minus och Mirakel. So it's minus and miracle.
Yeah.
Minus and miracle. It's an alchemical journey through the language of numbers. And it's remembering through the friction, not in spite of it. And I love that because, we think that our suffering or our friction, as it translated, is what holds us back or is an obstacle. But people don't realize, no, it's not. It's the arrow being pulled backwards in order to go forwards. And it says, this is not a method. It's not a book about how to get better. It's a book about how to start listening again to your body, to the rhythm, to what you already carry. And I love that. I love that. And we were talking because Lotta, as you may have noticed already, is very into numbers. And so, and one of the things that came to me is that, I mean, the universe is created through music and numbers. And so, yeah, I mean, what can you tell us about this book?
I want to start with, since we were talking about this, um, both, I mean, both minus and miracles. When I started writing the book, it was called From Minus to Miracles, because that's like a journey. But through writing the book, it became very apparent to me. And of course, I already knew it on some level, but it's not about going from somewhere to, going from one place to another. But before I used to think that I had to become someone else to be worthy, you know, even of being alive. And now it's like, no, I don't have to be anything more than me, with both my minuses and my miracles, both my positive and so-called negative traits, and with all my traumas and all my successes. They're all fit into the same body and energy bodies.
It's like the moon card, isn't it? That integration between
Yeah.
the domestic dog and the wild wolf. You know, it's not about getting rid of the shadow or the wild side, or, you know, people do, they kind of push it aside, don't they? Or we push it down, or however you want to look at it. It is about integrating it, and it is all therefore connected to non-judgment as well. Yeah, I like that.
And now you have to remind me of your question.
Okay, no, I was just saying talk about the book. Like, well,
Yeah,
we
okay.
can talk more specifically about it
Yeah,
because we were talking before we pressed record about the writing process.
yeah, yeah.
So tell me some of the things that you learned or
Oh,
felt during the writing process.
well, the writing process for me was a lot about getting over my own hurdles or thresholds. I don't know how to say it. Because when I got an idea, and it was so clear. I knew exactly how the book would look. I can even see 7 books. I could see 7 books at the time. And I just had everything clear. And then that disappeared.
All right.
No, I can't see anything. I don't know why have I signed up to write a book. And I don't know why. I didn't have any inspiration, but I didn't give up because I could see the book, and then I had the woman who then lately became my publisher. I had signed up for a writing course with her, so she was like pushing me a little bit. Oh, but you had such a good idea. You can't quit now. But I can't feel the book. I can't. No words come through me. But then I work with that. So why? What is the blockage inside of me? How can this clear idea suddenly become so? I couldn't even see it. I couldn't even feel it. So it was many months that I didn't write anything.
Mm.
Just working on myself and my own inner resistance. Yeah. And then suddenly it was like, and it came very fast. Like we were talking before, it's like this, for me, it felt like a field coming through me, a field of information, a field of music, a field of tones and notes and music, just pouring through me, not down, but through. So I just knew, okay, now I have to be still and I have to write and translate this field into words.
Wow.
And numerology has been my language for the past 25, 30 years. That's where I go to. Yeah, not daily nowadays, maybe, because now it's so alive in me. But it's my go-to if there's something I wonder about. And a few years back, I started to see the numbers differently, also like tones, yes, I could see them like tones, like they were playing music, and more like energy than just one is a number. That's boring. Now it's like they're alive.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Wow.
yeah.
Living movement. Numbers are living movement,
Yeah.
you said.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I love that. I absolutely love that. But it does sound so similar to my writing process for this book anyway, because I was playing with it for so long. And I say playing because there was like a quote here, a paragraph there, and it just wasn't get going together. I had loads of ideas and I'd written some of them down, but it just wasn't gelling. And I don't know whether you've heard this bit before, but the original subtitle, because you said you changed the title
Yeah.
of yours, right? Well, the original subtitle was A Simple Guide to Quantum Manifestation, Self-Mastery, and Creating Heaven on Earth, or Creating the New Earth. And I couldn't decide which one to put. And I had people that didn't like Heaven on Earth because it was too religious, apparently, and people that didn't like the New Earth because, I don't know, New Age has got a
Mm.
bad name with some people. I don't know. I mean, it's all labels and stories. But so I was getting people, I just got feedback that neither of them were right. And then it suddenly came to me to put creating world peace because I thought to myself, no one's going to argue with that. But what actually happened, and I could feel this at the time, by changing the subtitle to Creating World Peace, which is a bit of a claim, the frequency of the book went up. It just raised the frequency, and Deborah was not there. And now I understand the process that everything's happening in the now moment. So, like you said, you could feel this book, right? But it was all because it's already in existence, right? In the now moment, but you weren't vibrating at the frequency. And then you had these kind of blocks to overcome, and that's why you couldn't feel it. And then when you overcame them, of course, you could feel it's a frequency thing, isn't it? We know it's a frequency thing. And then you could tap it. And that's why you kind of have this idea that there's seven. So that'll be interesting because I have this idea that there will be five in total. So that's another
Mm.
two more for me. But um, I'm not attached to that. It's just maybe we're tapping in to this now moment, but in a higher frequency or in a higher dimension, or however we want to phrase it. So it was interesting because I kind of knew, and I think you were the same, because you could picture the book, couldn't you? So
Yeah.
it was like we knew that the book was going to come into
Yeah.
existence. So what was stopping it was that Lotta and Deborah were not vibrating at the same frequency as the book. And then when you went through that process and you could feel this wave and it all happened suddenly, you said, exactly the same with me. It was that day when the Schumann resonance was really high. I was just sitting chilling. And I don't remember the actual moment, but in hindsight, I've obviously been told I had a seizure. I had a full-blown seizure, and my husband thought I was having a stroke. He called the ambulance. Then I was unconscious for about half an hour. When I came round, there was a woman putting these things all over me, an ambulance in the driveway, my husband's best friend there, and I was a little bit dozy, admittedly. Went to hospital, got checked over completely, CT scan, the full works. I'm so high. I was high as a kite. And I was like, there's nothing wrong. It's an upgrade, it's an upgrade. And I'm trying to tell everyone it's an upgrade. And they're wanting to test me for this. And I'm like, yeah, fine, you can test me, but it's an upgrade. And anyway, I discharged myself because I knew it was an upgrade. And then the book came out. And like literally 2 days later, the book came out within 2 weeks. I mean, it was out of me and edited, formatted, and on Amazon like within 2 weeks. So for me, it's really clear. that, I mean, we are electromagnetic, and the Schumann resonance was electromagnetic energy coming in. It went all straight to the brain. Something happened. And I think that's how it worked. Whatever it was, I'm so grateful for it because it got me to the frequency of the book. So very similar writing stories. So can you tell us like the format of the book or how the chapters are divided or what's the main message?
Well, there's actually no chapters, or there are chapters, but I call them portals.
Oh, love it. I love
So
it.
it's because for me, it's like, well, I started out with chapters, but that felt so wrong because, you know, it was like this. I wanted a spiral to talk or to speak to be the ground of the book, not this linear is the word I think. So it's like every chapter or portal is a portal to step in through. It's not just read it. It's an invitation to really step into yourself.
It's an experience. It's not just a
Yes,
read, it's an
yes,
experience.
yes, and it can be. I guess you can just read it depending on where you are in yourself. But if you are there, then you can step in, really, really experience yourself um, through the numbers. Because I use the numbers as um, frequencies. It's like um, since we're both gene keys people, I use that language. Like we have a shadow and we have a gift, and you know, so like with the numbers, every number has a positive. I don't like the word positive. We use the
Oh,
shadow, yeah,
yeah,
shadow and a gift,
yeah.
and it's not by ignoring the shadow, just like we spoke about before. It's embracing and
Yeah. And being aware of it, because I think when you have
yeah,
these polarities, it's like a
yeah,
polarity, isn't it? Well, let's take the twos as an
mm,
example. I mean, we've got
yeah,
her as a two, which
yeah,
is, of course, she's the city. She's the city of the twos.
yeah,
But the twos, are decisions or what have you. But, the two can be duality, of course. It's the separation, the illusion of separation, which would be down here in the shadow, and I guess she's the city. And so we could say with these polarities, and all numbers have that, don't they? So I suppose I know I love this because it's like making me think about things from a different angle, and I love things that make me
yeah.
think about things from a different angle. So with the fives, right? Because the fives in tarot are typically adversity, but on the other hand, without the adversity, you don't get to the
Yeah,
city.
exactly.
So you actually welcome the
Yeah.
adversity in the end until, I don't know, this is my theory. Tell me what you think. I've got this theory that, when you understand that your adversity is your springboard to enlightenment, when you understand that we have grown through it and it's all part of the process, I think once you've embodied that whole understanding, you can then ask. I'm so hoping this is true. You can then ask to have your future lessons through joy.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking for as well, actually. And maybe this is, just showing up here is kind of uh, a lesson in joy, because
Yeah.
I have to. One thing that I've been struggling with is being seen and being heard, and
Oh,
especially for my knowledge and my wisdom, because when I've done it before in this life and maybe other lifetimes, I don't know, it's like every time I show up like someone who knows something, it has become very heavy on me. Like
yeah.
when I
You
was,
were probably burnt at the stake, like most of us
yeah,
in other
yeah,
lifetimes. So we're just
yes,
feeling into it, aren't we?
yeah. So,
Well,
and
I tell you,
also
what
a
helps
different
me with,
language, yeah,
sorry?
and also speaking
Yeah.
in not my native tongue.
Yes, I know.
It's, yeah,
I can really appreciate that. I
yeah,
have got a couple of videos in Spanish, and so I do
yeah,
understand that one. But Okay, so what helped me with the being seen bit? Because I started my channel in 2020, which is
Yeah.
actually, yes, I can remember. So I've talked openly about Liz, and you know Liz, you've
Yeah.
seen Liz, being my good friend and my mentor. I swear, she must have said to me every day for 2 years, there is only you.
Yeah.
There is only you. And every time I said anything or did anything, and I was referring to people outside of me or referring to situations outside of me, she would just bring it back to there is only you, there is only you. And after every day for 2 years, I think it finally went in. And it for me, it really helped. Right. I mean, obviously, there are people reflecting parts of us back, and obviously, in the matrix, in the illusion of separation, yes, there are other people, in inverted commas, because everything is true and untrue at the
Yeah.
same time. Everything, or half truth, or whatever they say. Every truth is a half truth. And it's one of those, isn't it? So, yes, there are other people, but then when you look at it from this way, no, there aren't. It's all parts of you. But that really helped me because I realized that if anyone is going to doubt me or if anyone is going to criticize me, because that's the fear, right, of putting yourself out there, it's a reflection of my self-criticism.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
reflection of my self-criticism. And I'm not judging myself for having self-criticism because I think it's all part of the journey. But when you realize that you just think, well, stop criticizing yourself. And then other people can't criticize you. Now, they might go off over there in the matrix and criticize you, but it's not going to come into your reality. And it really doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Do you know what I mean? It's like, how
I know
does it
exactly what
matter?
you mean. Yeah. Because
Yeah.
that's what has changed in me. It's like I really don't care.
Yeah.
And that's when I say that it's not 100% truth because of course I care, but not it's not putting me down.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I do. I understand as well. I mean, I think it's because, if people were to say horrible things, that's a learning process in
Yeah.
itself, isn't it? But what we're talking about, because so far people haven't said horrible things, so what we're talking about is the fear
Yeah.
of people saying horrible
Yeah.
things, and it hurting, um, which is interesting because, of course, it's all ego on some level. But you get to that stage, and I'm not saying I'm there, right? Um, when people say positive things, when people say nice things, it does feel good inside. Now, if you're going to still expand and feel better because of someone's positive opinion, we're going to obviously contract and feel worse because of someone's negative opinion. So there is this, kind of balance going on, neutrality, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
like if you're not going to be affected by negative comments, then you need to not be affected by positive ones either.
Yeah, and actually that's been also not a fear maybe, but a blockage to receive positive feedback because I used to take that as almost like, oh, now next I had to achieve something. Now people think I'm good, then I always have to achieve on some, I have to achieve something. I don't really know what, but somehow if I don't do good all the time, like this perfect being, then I'm not worthy.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's
So,
an old classic, isn't it, though? The
yeah.
not worthy. I mean, I remember that with my first book. I
Mm.
remember having the thought, well, who am I to write a book? And who
Yes.
am I to expect someone to read it? But as we've already said, we're not writing it for other people.
No.
We both wrote
No.
our books for our own creative process because brings us on to the subject beautifully that we are the project.
Yeah.
We think that the writing is the project or the music or the artwork or whatever it is people are creating. We think that we're creating a project, but in fact, we are the
Yeah.
project. And that's why you said in the beginning that it's already a success. And that's why for me, this book is already a success, whether anyone buys it or not. For me, it's a success because of because of what changed within me.
Yeah, and I actually write that in my book, that I thought I was going to write a book about numerology. Instead, the book wrote me home. It's like I've been writing myself home. Um, so the book is absolutely for me. You know, it's
Definitely.
yeah,
And
yeah,
mine wrote me to peace.
yeah, yeah. Oh, how wonderful. Yeah,
That's how I haven't said that before. I haven't kind of um thought about it like that. But yeah, it
yeah.
definitely helped that process
Hmm.
of not just cultivating the peace within, but maintaining it.
Yeah. And of course, if we are translating this high energy or the field that came through me, and we that field or that energy was going through us, of course it's affecting the whole life. I'm a totally different person now, totally different. And just right after the field has gone through me, I was super tired, and I was a mess actually. I just cried because it also felt very empty. Well, this high energy just yeah, I knew I had to let it go as well, not to cling to, like we talked before, like this balance and neutrality. Sorry. It was something that I was it will always stay with me, but it's not mine,
Yeah.
if you know how I mean.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like oh, it's hard to explain,
No,
but
I understand. You're talking about an identity shift,
yeah, yeah,
and you're talking about one that you're emotionally weren't quite ready for. That's the tears. I mean, oh my goodness, our paths are so similar, Lotta, because
yeah,
I actually wrote the book in October last year.
yeah.
And if you had told me before that I was going to sell the garden retreat,
Mm.
I would have said no, 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 no. Well, in fact, my husband did suggest it, right? He was like, "Oh, let's get rid of that place or what have you." And I cried, and I was like, "No, you must be joking. No, you." I was so emotionally attached to it, and I was very egoically attached to it as well. You know, I am the garden retreat. I was doing
Mm.
all of that, and yet after the book. Um, you know, the perfect buyer came in and it just felt so beautiful. The process of handing over guardianship to her just felt so beautiful. That's all I can say. And so right. And you know, it was like a massive change. And but there was a few tears, but I was aware that they were just, I don't know, releasing tears,
Yeah,
tears that had to come out, attachment tears or detachment tears. And so there was that kind of emptiness. Um, yeah, I would say the same. I'm a completely different person with a completely different lifestyle now because I don't have any responsibilities at the garden. It's
yeah,
amazing.
yeah,
So yeah, everything has gone up
yeah.
a notch. So what other things do you offer? Do you offer coaching and everything as well? You do, don't you?
No, not at the moment.
From the moment.
No, not at the moment. I've paused everything like that the past few years when I've been going through my own stuff, and yeah. But who knows in the future? Who knows
Yeah,
what
yeah.
will
But
happen?
you did
Yeah.
used to though, didn't you? I thought
Yes,
yeah.
yeah,
That's how
yeah,
I remember. I
yeah,
remember you
yeah,
offering those
yeah,
services.
yeah,
Because I will put in the description all your links and your
yeah,
social
yeah,
media and
yeah,
you know, and
yeah.
links to the book. So is
Yeah.
it available on Amazon?
No,
Okay.
no, sorry, no.
No, no, don't say
It's only
sorry. But
available
I mean, I
through
don't know
me.
whether there's
Yeah,
whether there's Swedish, sorry, Swedish people. I have got some Swedish people
yeah,
that may be watching, but
yeah,
people might want to follow you to hear
yeah,
when it is translated into
yeah,
English
yeah,
and Spanish. Um,
yeah,
so I will put links
yeah,
to whatever links you have.
yeah.
Put them
And
in.
with that said, of course, people are very, very, very welcome to contact me. It's just that I don't offer any service in public, you know.
Okay, you don't
That,
advertise anything, but
no,
if,
no,
yeah,
no. But if they find me, they find me.
yeah,
So
the right people come at the right time
yeah,
for the right
always,
reasons.
always. And I say yes if it feels right, and I say no if it doesn't feel right. So
Of course, of
yeah,
course. Oh, wow,
yes,
perfect.
yeah,
So shall we do another little reading?
yes,
Do you want
yes,
to do
please,
another little reading? I just feel it because
yes, yeah.
I want to hear more about these, I don't know, numbers. We'll just see what comes out. Um, so of course it will be for us mainly because that's the way it works, right? There is only
Mhm.
us.
It's only me.
No, there's only me. It's all me.
Yeah, me, myself, and I.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's it. Oh, oh, thank you. Oh, wow. When they want to come out, they come out, don't
Yeah.
they? Okay. Let's see. Loving it, loving it, loving it. Oh,
I'm so
interesting.
excited. I don't know why. I'm super excited.
Really? Okay.
Yeah,
This is interesting. I want to hear what you have to say about these, and then I will say what want to say. Is that all right with you? Okay.
absolutely.
We've got
Hmm?
five. The first one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Slow, steady progress.
What's he saying to you? Steady progress.
Slow, steady progress.
Slow, steady
Steady progress.
progress. Okay,
Yeah.
in the direction of pentacles, in the
Yeah.
direction of earth. Okay.
Yeah.
I would always say that the pages are offers and opportunities.
Hmm.
So, okay, but
Yeah.
definitely on the right path because
Yeah.
we've got another page here.
Oh, interesting. Hmm.
So there's your slow, steady progress. And now you've got the swords.
Yes, and I can feel this in my body because that's how I feel. My body feels very slow at the moment. I have to do everything very slow, and my mind is like, oh, 100 ideas. So it's like
Mhm.
combining them somehow, putting them
Yes.
together, and not again, not reject any part of myself because I have both. So how do we live together inside of me?
Yes. Yes, I like that because, of course, swords are mental processes,
Yeah.
communication, ideas, and also it's fast. If you're talking about this one being slow progress, this one is fast progress. So what's coming to my mind, of course, one of my favorite expressions at the moment is stillness is the access point to acceleration. It's in that stillness
Mhm.
and that being slow. I had something, I got a message the other day, this way, not social media way, that told me you don't have to earn your rest.
True.
And it really hit home to me because I mean, I'm good at resting and I'm good at, slowing down, especially now without the garden retreat, um, but I think still I've got this get up and
Yeah.
do, and then enjoy your
Yeah.
rest, right? Which is fine. I mean, I would say from a biological perspective, that's probably a practical approach to life, get up and do and then rest. But it was this message you don't have to earn your rest
Mhm.
because it was kind of a message looking at the bigger picture. And with all this work that we're doing, even just us talking like this, it's lifting us, right? I can feel because of the excitement and because we're, in alignment with our soul's blueprint and all that stuff. If it lifts you, then it's going to just tire you for a while, right? It's going to, while you integrate that lift. And that could be tomorrow or the next day. And it is about listening to your body. And this is for me personally, not judging myself when I want to have a really lazy day, And um, what was that thing I heard about lazy? Yeah, because if lazy is just resting with judgment.
Yeah.
You're
True.
resting, but you're judging yourself for resting. But we know that this new paradigm that we're creating, it's it's the opposite of the old paradigm where it was like you got to work, you got to push, you got to, and you got to go to work Monday to Friday, 9 to 5, and work as many hours as you can, and that kind of martyrdom feeling of I work so hard. And actually, especially with our work, the sort of work that we do, we can't even call it work, can we? But you know what I mean? The activities that we do. We need that rest. That rest is the integration that enables us to do what we do. So working in inverted commas less and resting more. And of course, resting doesn't have to be sleeping and lying about doing nothing. I mean, for me, resting is you're walking the dog and swimming and doing a puzzle, things like that. So yeah, this is interesting because you said slow down, and I agree with you so wholeheartedly. But actually, when we do slow down, what comes out of us? Books come out of us, and truth and tarot time
Yeah.
comes out of us because we've slowed down. Absolutely loving that. Okay, the next one. We've got the Two of Wands.
Oh.
Tell me about that, Lotta.
For me, it's like the world is opening up because he's holding the world in his hand, or yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, and it's like a new, fresh journey is coming into our lives.
definitely. He's
Yeah,
looking out over the shores of heaven on earth, I think.
yeah,
And twos, of course, as we said, the polarity,
yeah,
the
yeah,
duality, but also very much decisions as well.
yeah,
And because it's wands, physical action in the physical world, I see this as a decision about action, a decision about taking action. And slowing down can be the action that we're choosing to take.
yeah.
That can be a choice, can't it? But also with this, I don't know what it is with the two of wands. I think because twos are choices, as I said, but um, I often use the word moral, and I don't know whether moral's the right word, but it's about making moral choices. And then I think a better way to say it is choosing in alignment with our divinity or choosing in alignment with our soul's blueprint. There are so many different ways of expressing it. I mean, on a basic level, you could just say doing the right thing. But we know there's no right and wrong. But it is about making choices that are in alignment with your highest good, the most self-loving choices or your soul's desires, however you want to word it. It's
And I
about
can,
making those choices. Yeah.
and I can see it's a portal with
Yeah.
the two wands, and it's like stepping. Uh, it's like if we stay still, if you rest, if we take a step back, let ourselves rest, then we get the new ideas that will
Mhm.
make us go step through the portal with the right mind, in alignment with the right heart, with the right when we're in alignment with the whole of us and with the world, of course, of course.
Definitely. Because,
Yeah,
yes, because the order of it, of course, is
yeah,
important as well. Because when we've taken this stillness, these ideas are going to come to us.
yeah,
And I'm so aware that a lot of people, and I remember when I did this myself, we dismiss these ideas. You wake up with a good idea in that theta brainwave time, and you've just dismissed it by lunchtime or even sooner because you cannot see from your human mind how it's going to happen. Because you don't have the people, the money, the situation, the know-how, the resources. I mean, it just goes on, and of course, you're not good enough. And it was exactly the same, actually. I remember when I realized that I had to write my first book, I was swimming in a friend's pool, actually, on my own. So I was in a very meditative state, and a dragonfly came. And I had this belief, this idea that when a dragonfly comes, you think about what were you thinking? Because whatever you were thinking at that time, you've got to heed it, right? So this dragonfly came, and I was like, oh, what was I thinking? And then I was like, out of the blue, I was like, I had been thinking about writing a book. I had already written blogs. right? So I already had a whole series of blogs out. And it was like you've got to like put the blogs together or make bigger blogs, and it's called a book, you know. And literally by the time I got to the end of that length, I had dismissed it. I mean, like the ingrained limiting beliefs was so overwhelming that I just dismissed it completely. Turned around, did another lap. This time, the same dragonfly came with with a friend, right? A dragonfly friend. And there was two of them. They came at the same time. And what was going through my head at the time was, well, what a silly idea to write a book. Who's going to read what I've got to write? That was the idea going through. What would I write about? And then it was like, well, I would just write about my blogs, but more, something like that. And then the two dragonflies came, you know, and then by the end of that length, they'd gone again, right? Now, two dragonflies are quite common to see together. Next length, I'd already dismissed it, like just not, it hadn't even entered my head that I could write a book. Next thing, I'm not joking, three dragonflies. And you don't see three dragonflies together. And they all came together and they're dancing around my head. And they literally gave me the message, I've got to write a book. And I remember getting out of the swimming pool then. I got out of the swimming pool and I actually had that, I won't say fear, but I had those butterflies in my tummy because I now had a knowing that I had to write a book, and I didn't know exactly how to do it. But I knew that it was happening, or I had to make it happen, or whatever. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And so, yeah, because this one has come on the heels of this one, I want to say, because I'm seeing it a lot, especially with the people I read cards for and with the people I work with, it's, I'll say to them things like if you didn't need to make money, if you didn't need to make money, how would you spend your time? What would you do? Because and then they'd always like say, oh, I would do this or I would do more of this. And it's like you have to bring more of that into your life. You might be working in the matrix 9 to 5, but somehow you've got to bring more of whatever that is into your life because by doing that, and that's what to me this is, it's the two of wands, which is moral in alignment activities. You've got to stop moaning about your 9 to 5 job and start bringing in. So let's say you want to do more yoga or you want to become a yoga teacher, then you've just got to have to do more yoga classes, and just bring them in. And trust that when you take that step towards what your soul wants you to do, the universe will bring you everything you need.
Yeah, and I've actually never seen the Two of Wands so clearly in my mind as a card of stepping into almost like a portal, like you're going through a portal. And like I said, the decision, you have to make the decision to do it. Just take one small step. It
Yes.
doesn't have to be like big. If you want to become a yoga teacher, maybe, like I said, you just do more yoga. Maybe you start with 5 minutes and then 10 minutes, and then it grows.
And
Instead,
also,
yeah,
like just for example, we're going to use that analogy just for example, but
yeah,
people can adapt it for whatever. So let's say you don't need to make money, right? So you've got
yeah,
this, I usually say 17 million in the bank. And I'm
yeah.
like, I'm not asking people how they would spend it. It's just a point that if you've got 17 million in the bank, you don't need to make any,
No,
right? So what you could do, of course, is start looking for yoga teacher trainings. So you'd start looking online for them, pretending
yeah,
that you had the time and the money. Because people are going to say, I haven't got the time, I've got the money, I've got the family to look after. And it was like, well, let's just pretend that you've got a family member coming to look after the kids, whatever it might be. I'm making all these stories up, but it's just an example, isn't it? And let's just pretend you've got the time and the money. So just go looking. And then as you look, if there is the perfect place, because both my courses, I just knew it was one of these, you just know it's got to be that course with that teacher at that time. That's how it was for me. Um, and so that might happen. You might see it. And once you see it, it's planted a seed. And then you'll start dreaming about it. And then in your subconscious, it's growing and growing and growing. And that way, even though it's in your subconscious, the universe can bring you the time, the money, and the person to look after your kids or whatever it might be. Interesting. But of course, you're not going to believe it, which is why
no.
we've got this one.
No, that's exactly what was going through my mind. That's when the negative self-thinking and everything, all this negative self-talk come. I can't do it. I can't afford, even if I say to myself that I can make time, or if there is a solution, I can't see it,
Yes.
even though I know it's there. It's like,
Because
yeah,
our human minds
yeah,
can't fathom it. But
no,
we're not living a human experience. We're having a spiritual experience, and our humans are having the human experience. And so it is, yeah, it is a case of trusting the process and just hopefully just knowing
yeah,
that following your heart, because it is about following your heart, isn't it? The number of people that say, oh, well, I can't. So many people I hear say, oh, I can't for financial reasons. And, often it's because they've got to tighten their economic belts or they're going to take less money. And it's like, well, it's the old paradigm that said that we've got to have a large number in the bank account. Most of the people that I know that don't have a large number in the bank account have very big hearts and are ridiculously happy and feeling abundant because, of course, abundance is having everything you need and everything you want. You don't need big numbers in the bank. That doesn't make any difference. It's as long as you've got everything you need and everything you want. So this seems like a good time for my I haven't said it for a while. My favorite affirmation of galore, galore. I have everything I need and more. You must have heard me say
yeah.
that before. Galore, galore. I have everything I need and more. I usually say it with the Five of Pentacles, of course,
Mhm.
because it's usually financial scarcity. But this is mental scarcity. It's on a
Yeah.
mental level, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's tying into what I write in my book and what we've been talking about as well. In the process of writing the book, I knew that I was going to write a book, but then all those thoughts and all those I can't, who will listen to me, who will ever read a book, that what do I have to share, and all those thoughts. I could have believed them. I could have listened to them. Okay, well, maybe I'm not meant to write a book, and then I would have not have been so happy as I am now.
You would have felt dead inside.
Yeah, very dead. But instead, I saw this. Okay, I have an opportunity here. I can choose. I can choose to walk to face those fears, to face those negative beliefs and everything, and walk through them instead.
Definitely. This is really just the monkey chatter, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's the monkey chatter. And to be honest, I mean, yeah, it's just your self-doubt and your programming. And when you understand all of that, yeah, we've heard enough times that we are the creators of our own reality and we can choose to create whatever we want. So
Yeah.
it's perfect. I'm interested to hear what you're going to say about the last card that came out, but I
Mhm.
actually think it's really fitting.
Mhm.
It doesn't look it at first, but I think it's really fitting for this process that we've been talking about.
Mhm. Yes, I could feel it. I could feel it. I knew it.
You're
Yes,
such a
because that's
witch.
the end of the struggle. That's the end of this mental shatter, and we can use it instead, um,
Yeah.
to our advantage, I think.
Definitely, because of course these are just his thinking that's got
Yeah.
him here.
Yeah.
And it doesn't look very nice because it's the
No,
ending of
no.
something, but there's a dawn in the background. And his hand is actually making the same blessing that the Hierophant makes. So there's a positive blessing going on there. But for me as well, this is about our identity. It's about the end. It's the end of our identity as we knew ourselves, which is why it's so difficult to let it go and why it feels like this. Because typically we would say you feel rock bottom or back at square one, but actually, and also something like starting from scratch. But actually, I'm seeing all of those things as a good thing
Yeah.
because it's almost like, they say you've got to die before you die, or whatever it is, to really understand. It is pretty much that. And releasing the identity, because I remember, like I said, about I am the garden retreat. That was my ego, right? And I had to let go of being the owner of the garden retreat. And there was a lot of ego attached to that and emotional attachment. And then my ego had a little way out because I'm always going to be the founder.
Yeah.
So my ego was fine. It took a route that way. But no, but this is about understanding. And I'm noticing with identity, I mean, we can choose our identity, we can play with identity. I'm a tarot card reader, we're authors, or I'm a yoga teacher. We could play with these, they're all identities. But it's about
Yeah.
not being attached to our identity. Um, and it could be, like at work, if you're giving up, if you've had a good career in the matrix and you've got to give that career up, and you've actually, if you have lacked self-worth at all, and you've got your self-worth from your position at work, or you may have got your self-worth from the large number in your bank account and the car that you drive and stuff like that, then that is going to be quite painful. But it's the death of the ego and it's the death of your identity. And in a way, we can see it as being really liberating.
Yeah. And it's not that we won't feel pain, because it's painful for the ego to die. And when we let go of all this, or it might be, maybe not have to be. But for me, it hasn't been an easy journey to let my old self die. I felt it for sure. But afterwards, it's so rewarding. And it's like I could see those butterflies almost flying out of those swords in the back of the man lying there, because it also opens up something within us,
Who
somehow.
are we without our identity?
Exactly. Because who am I? Now I've written my book, which I've dreamt of for about 35 years or something. So who am I when I'm not dreaming about being a writer? I am a writer. It's maybe it's not that, it doesn't sound like a big thing, but it's actually, for me, it's been a big thing to go
Because you
from,
are the project.
yes, yeah, and because I had to change my view of myself of being one who never achieves her dreams to one who does. So, you know, sometimes it can be hard for the ego to even let go of the so-called negative identities. Or if I've been sick for 30 years, it's still an identity that maybe I have to let go of that to become this, what I actually truly am.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And I think so. This is our last card today. But if we go back to the first reading that we did with the Three of Pentacles, it's about taking that step through that creative process and collaboration. But be warned,
Yeah.
if you follow your excitement and your joy in that manner, you will get all the rewards from it, but it does kind of end up with you being a completely different
Yeah.
person.
Be prepared for change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's all positive change.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's again, it's that it's our humans. And you said this, didn't you, about slow
Yeah.
progress. Our humans kind of want to make the slow progress, and our non-physical self, our non-physical dimensional part of our being or whatever, is like, nope. We're in the middle of a great awakening. Come on, you got to speed up a little bit.
Yeah.
Wow. Love it, love it, love it. Thank you so much, Lotta, for joining me today. It's been such a joy connecting with you again. And I know we're going to keep in touch. But is there anything you'd like to say or share before we say goodbye?
No, I just want to say 1, 2, no, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Jump and do it. Just do it. And we, like Deborah and me, who has walked the path now with our writing, we're waiting on the other side. We're here holding you. So,
Oh.
yeah. And thank you for inviting me. I'm
Oh,
so
thank you for
glad. It
saying
was,
yes.
yeah, I loved it. Thank you.
Oh, so lovely. Thank you so much, Lotta. I am sending you so much love, and I am sending so much love to anyone that's got to the end of this video. And
Yeah.
mwah, mwah. See you in the next video and see you soon, hopefully, Lotta.